body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
Brothers and sisters, we would like to invite you to sit, relax and enjoy the three sounds of the bell. Good evening, my dear brothers, sisters, friends. Welcome to our weekly meditation session. Today is the 7th of October 2016. How are you? The weather changed suddenly, but we're still lucky in Calgary. Cold, but not much snow. I think tomorrow we will have light snow. Get ready. This weekend we celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a long weekend for everyone. And some of the Vietnamese will get together at the Westlock Center for their autumn retreat. And I believe that we also will have an autumn retreat for English speaking next Saturday and Sunday. We try a lot to make the retreat possible, so I hope that the Sangha, brothers, sisters, try to come with the retreat. In our practice, we try to show our gratitude to everyone, to everything around us every day. Not only once a year. The celebration of Thanksgiving, if we are not mindful, we do not know how to celebrate this day and make this day become a real meaningful celebration. Sometimes we just get together and we have a dinner together. We just talk, we laugh, and that's it. But we do not really, reflect deeply how to celebrate this day in a meaningful way. And this is what we invite the community, the Sangha, the brother and the sisters. If we have practiced mindfulness. Mindfulness means be aware. Mindfulness means focus and reflect. Before we do something, we must stop and we reflect deeply on something we do and make sure that can benefit us, ourselves, and people around us. This is the way to show our gratitude already. As a monastic, every day we live, everything we do, all contain the meaning of respect and gratitude. Let's say we organize a retreat. Why we need to take our time and organize something like this? Because we want to offer the peace, the happiness to everyone we know. Because we benefit from it, and we do not want to just enjoy by ourselves, but we want to share. And this is one of the ways to show our gratitude. The 5 mindfulness we just read, this is one of the traditional that we used to read this at least twice a month or once a month. Every first Friday of the month, we will read again. We remind all the Sangha, everybody, the 5 trainings. And if you reflect deeply, and there's nothing related to religions, but the 5 mindfulness trainings really related to our human's life. First, to show our love, and we respect the life of others. We try not to kill, not to condemn any act of killing, and not to encourage any acts of killing, even in the way of life or in the way we think. Sometimes we see someone die. We do not kill, but we happy. And that is we happy with the death. And that is the bad karma of our idea, of our mind, of our thinking, of our thought. So why we need to practice no killing? Because we want to show our love and respect. And this is one of the ways to show gratitude. Because everything surrounds us, they're supporting us. If we look deeply and we also gratitude to the sun, to the cloud, to the rain, to the wind, to the ground, everything. Because without all of this, we have no life. We have a very famous Vietnamese musician. His name is Trịnh Công Sơn. He has a song called Gratitude. Even I come here or I depart, I still want to express my thanks to everyone around me. Because you have given me many things. Even sometimes you give me hard time, but I still thank. Why? Because you give me a lecture how to deal with painful, how to deal with difficulties, how to stand up, how to grow up, and how to remove. Because you will depart one day, I also will depart one day. People give me a good lesson, but sometimes I will not learn anything from painful. But you are the one who hurt me. You are the one who give me difficulties. But from there, I stand up, I grow up from there. So with mindfulness, there is no enemy, but everyone around us, they are all friends. Friends who give us positive lecture. Friends who give us negative lectures. And if you are practicing the practicing of gratitude and cultivating loving kindness, there is no enemies in our eyes. And who benefit first? We are. Because in our heart, in our mind, we have nothing called negatives. Nothing heavy us, nothing suffer us. So we are the one who benefit from first, from forgiving, from letting go, from embracing, from gratitude, from respect. If we say bad words, if we say bad things to someone, in the Asian way to express, if you hold dirty water in your mouth, you want to split to someone, your mouth get dirty first. Same thing. Since you start to say something bad to someone, you're already dirty mind, you have a dirty mind, dirty speech. And the words will come to someone later, but you are the one who receive the negative first. So in the way to show respect, gratitude, we try to learn and practice the first training. Why we don't call precept? We used to call precept, but now we translate in another way, training. Why? Because life is a training. Everything needs to be trained. Even you have a new job. The first 3 days you start, somebody will train you. So you have to get used with the new job. I don't get used to vegetarian, but I will try and I will train my stomach. I will train myself. So at first, you take vegetarian very, very hard because you used to with meat. And now everything tofu, everything vegetables is kind of hard, no taste. But slowly. And the one who cook for us, they want to show their love. They want to show their kindness. They want to show their support. What do? They try to skillfully cook for us. They make a very tasty and very delicious dish. Why? To appetize us, to make us take vegetarian easily. So we eat because we want to show love, less meat, more vegetables. And the one who cook for us, they want to help us, they want to support us, they try to cook and give us good food, so we get used to things. When you step into this hall on Friday, you just step in, you already see the cushion and the mats already set. Why they do this? Because they want that, they know that today is Friday. Somebody will come here and practice meditation. So I will take off my time. I set the hall. Show love. So every time when we sit down, before we sit down, we join our palm and we bow. In this case, the meaning is, I show my respect. I show my gratitude to someone who set up the cushions for me. So when I step in, I pay respect to the Buddha. And I pay respect to the cushions. I pay respect to all of you. I just step out and everything's set. So if we use the eyes of mindfulness, and we will see that every tiny thing in this life we receive a lot. We receive from many people around us. They, silently give us a lot of support. Without them, we're not here. Vegetable, minerals, animals, people. So there is a song for kids. I vow to develop my compassion in order to live peacefully with human, animal, vegetable, minerals. The second way to show our love, our gratitude, is not to take anything that not belong to us. Why? Because we respect the property of others. If it's not us, we don't take. Another word, no stealing. And how do I show this more? Sharing. Instead of stealing, we try to share. There are many things we can share. We share our understanding, our knowledge, our time, whatever we can share. Every morning when we see each other, we can smile. A mindfulness practitioner knows how to pick a positive thing to do each day, a positive thing to focus each day. Musician Trịnh Công Sơn also have another song. I vow to pick a happy thing each day. So he will practice this. I try to pick every single thing that makes me happy. Just like what? Like a smile. Like a way to come to my brother, a way to come to my friend. And a way to help others. And I know why I have to live. Because everyone needs me. Sometimes we underestimate ourselves. We blaming ourselves. I am useless. But actually we are not useless. We are very useful. As long as we know how to cultivate our talent, our experience. Sometimes we know how to do it just because of the laziness. We don't want to do it. This is the point, everything delay. If you know you have some good things, good points, try to make it stronger, bigger each day. Don't just hold it. Don't be lazy. Because lazy will delay life, delay the future, and sometimes totally destroy our future. The opposite word for the word lazy is diligent. This morning, some of us went to Westlock and do cleaning, and we try to come back with the Sangha on Friday. And after this session, we go back to Westlock because some friends from Calgary, from other part of the province will come and join the retreat. So if we lazy, then nothing can be possible. Let's say even we take the food for ourselves and we lazy to eat, we get sick. So, sometimes if we are tried for something for ourselves, then we can remind ourselves that I will try a little bit more for others. This is one of the ways that I used to practice. Sometimes I'm lazy too. But one of the ways to remind me is, I'm willing to do something for myself. I will try a little bit more to do for others. And I can wake up and stand up and do something easily. I used to remind the word mindfulness. Because this is a very important term. You may not get used to this word, but if you come here regularly and I introduce you this word and you can take it home and you can remind yourself and practice by yourself, be mindful. Be mindful on the words we speak, we use, because words may destroy happiness, words may destroy relationship. So sometimes, we say very negative things to our parents. The one who brought us to life, support us all day long, all year long, all life. But because of the anger, we cannot control. We may say something to them, make them, unhappy, make them suffer. And if you are the son, if you are the daughter, you say something negative, you say something bad to your parents, they will be very, very painful, more than whatever. Because if someone else out of the family, they say it, they will sad, but not that painful. But the one who can make them suffer the most is the one they love the most. This is very true. The one you love the most, if they do something wrong to you, you are the one. You will be painful more, because what happened? You think or you expect they should understand you. They will not do that to you. But unfortunately, they have done that to you. The third mindfulness training that we try to practice is be responsibility with our family, our loved one, not to engage any other relationships without love and long-term commitment. We call sexual misconduct. Because we show respect and gratitude to our spouses. She is the one we agree to marry with. He is the one we agree to marry with. Then what happened? We try to understand each other. Because when we, in the time of dating, we may not understand each other that much, until we come and stay together in one house. Now we can recognize many negatives from that person. And this is the time for you to show your love. Help that person. Help her. Help him. Try your best to make him change. Try your best to make her change. Love, not only you love the positive. If you're able to love the negative, that is really love. That is what we call true love. It's like your brother or your sister. If you do not agree with them, what can you do? They still your brother. They still your sister. They still your son, your daughter. What can you do? You cannot throw them away. You cannot refuse them. You only say that when you're angry. But when they're in the real need, you are there for them. Husband and wife, in the Vietnamese tradition, we call friends on the path. Because you are not looking for, a lover, but you're looking for a friend who is able to share with you along the path. That's why the wife and the husband turn around and bow each other one on their wedding day. A Vietnamese tradition, the husband and the wife will turn facing to each other and bow to each other to show that I respect you as a friend. And you respect me as a friend. We hold hands and walk together on this life. We are not coming just because of love. A regular love. But in the deeper loyalty, respect, gratitude. We show our love to the society, try to protect all kind of disease. When you have a flu, you won't get close to your friend. And you will say, oh, don't get close to me because I'm having flu, bad flu. Why? I don't want you to get sick. So we move away from a friend not because we don't like them, but we just want to protect them. This is another way to show love, respect, gratitude. So if you are mindful, you can see that everything around you, you receive gently, silently from a lot of love. They don't say it, but there it is. Like Jordan, he bring me a glass of water here. He didn't say, Thầy, I love you, I bring you this glass of water. But in this, beautiful and silently work is already show a love. All the young monks in the monastery, every Friday, they would try to take time. They come here with the Sangha, so Thầy can have some time to do something else or relax before I come out. They don't say, Thầy, I did that because I love you. They don't have to say that. But in silently, I recognize it. I told my young students, you love your mom, you love your dad, do your homework. Put your shoes on the shelf, hang up your coat, finish your meal, wash the dishes. Those are all to show your love and your gratitude. You do it on time, you don't make your parents angry. If they don't angry, they smile all the time. You show your love. Why you need to make your mom yell at you every time? And every time they yell, they look ugly. Every time you done things on time, they're so happy, they look beautifully. Then what can you do? You don't have to say, I want to grow up fast so I can be an adult, so I can help my mom. You can help since you are small. You can help within your capacity, at the level at your age. You can show your love by the way you speak to each other, by the way you listen to each other. Last night, I go to bed in around 4 a.m. because I have a long email from a lady in Europe. She suffered since she very young, and now she's 40. And she tell me every tiny thing about her life. And she typed Vietnamese without the accents. It's hard to read, hard to understand, and in a very tiny font. I replied to her, I said, I have to take hours to read this letter because I am unable to, you don't put all the accents on, I have to put by myself to understand your letter. But I appreciate, and I will, even I'm tired, but I know that if I don't reply this letter, first, I will forget. Secondly, it's in a rush. She needs this sharing. So I take time to share with her. But not only one emails like that. Every night, at least, I reply 5 to 10 emails. And different kind of difficulty situations. But I'm happy to do this because I know they don't meet me in person, but they will benefit from something I share. Maybe I cannot give them the right solution, but at least I'm there for them to share. Sometimes you cannot help your friend, but if they need to say something, sit and listen. Just sit and listen. You already help her or him to relieve the suffering. They help you sometimes, and now this is the time for you to help them back. This is the way to celebrate Thanksgiving. We say that thank you for giving me something. But don't wait until they give you something, then you say thanks. But silently you can recognize everything giving to us, everything giving. And the way we live is the way to give too. I remember sometime I call someone, they don't answer my phone, but before I leave the message. They will say, "Thank you for calling me. I'm not home now." I'm not guaranteed that what you want to say, but if you want to cry, I am not guaranteed to make you stop crying, but at least I will give you my shoulder so you can lean down and cry. If you need to say something, I am not guaranteed that I cannot make you happy, but at least I will sit and listen to all your sharing. So with mindfulness, help us to live happily, and we can pick very tiny things around us and make this life beautifully. If you look at the autumn leaves, you can make poem, you can take picture. Sometimes the view can give you some feelings. Look at the flowers. The flowers also can give you some joyful, some feelings. To show your love to your parents, your ancestors, try to protect yourself. Not to damage yourself by drinking alcohol, smoking. Some games that you play only contain violence, passions. And they will, the more you watch, the more you play, the more you receive. You gain the energy of that in you in many ways, but you never know. Try not to depress yourself or pressure yourself in anything. If you need something, just come directly to your parents, to your brothers, to your sisters, to someone that you trust, and you share. Because they all will be there for you, just because sometimes they don't know what you want. Somebody emailed me and said that, "Thầy, I have this painful, this suffering for many years, and I try to hold it because I don't want my parents to know. Because I know that if they know that, they will be more suffer than me. So I rather to hold by myself." Okay, let's say you try to do that, then you should try to find someone else for you to dump. We have a garbage bin, 3-yard bin. The neighborhood here, sometimes they don't dump their garbage at their home. They used to drive, bring a lot of things and dump in our bin. Sometimes I'm working around 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I heard people doing something in the parking lot. I opened the window and I saw they drive a lot. They bring a lot of things come. Sometimes a machine, their woods and carpets and everything. They just dump in our bin. So I just want to remind the mindfulness trainings that you just hear the brothers read. First, be aware of suffering caused by destruction of life. I vow to cultivate loving kindness, not to kill, not to condemn any act of killing, not to encourage any act of killing, even in my way of life and in my way of thinking. This is one of the ways to show your love and your respect and your gratitude. Second, training and aware of the suffering caused by exploitation. I vow to cultivate loving kindness, not to take anything that not belong to me. Instead, I want to share. Even you sit here now, it's already show your love. Because you sit here to listen, that's why I'm here to share. So your listening is a great supporting for myself too. Because without you, I will not learn more and I will have no chance to share. Be aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct. I understand that. I want to protect my happiness, then I vow to protect the happiness of others. I will be responsibility for myself, my family. Protect the happiness of each other. And protect the children from sexual abuse. I understand that suffering caused by unmindful speech and the inability of listening deeply. I vow to use loving speech and try to listen to many others. I want to protect my physical body and my mentally because I want to pay respect to my parents, ancestors. I will not damage my future, my life, by violence games, violence movies, and many things that contain toxins, drugs, alcohol. So if you read carefully and you will realize these 5 mindfulness trainings, nothing related to religions, but it's very needed for our human's life. You can imagine if each of us, we will try to practice as much as we can, even 1 training, 2 trainings, or 3 trainings, whatever. We already offer peace to this world. We pray for the world peace, but we don't do anything to make this world really peace. And even our small world like family, community, no peace at all. Then how can the idea that the world peace can be possible? We do not build up a small peace within ourselves, within our family, within our society. So I'm happy that in Edmonton we have different groups that practice meditation. Like we have a group here on Friday, maybe some other group practice on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Monday, on Sunday, on Saturday. I understand that different, group practice different days. This is good news. Because if I'm not available for Friday, I can come on Thursday with other group, as long as we are cultivating peace within us. And if one peace is in oneself, peace in the world. This is the truth. This is the reality. So this weekend, if you gathering together for a Thanksgiving dinner, try to remind yourself, you can express to your loved one, and thank you for your presence. Because, one of the way that we do not recognize people around us, how can we love and we make them happy fully? Our teacher used to say, there is some mantra you should recite. Darling, I'm so happy because you are here for me. Honey, thank you for being here for me. Sometimes just be there for someone. You already make things different. Is that true? Just be here on Friday, you make this hall look different. If not, this hall looks so cold. Many of you show on Friday, make this hall look, feel warm and cozy. So let's celebrate Thanksgiving in a very meaningful way, by reflecting and practice like that. Good morning, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. Today is our weekly Sunday service on October the 9th, 2016. How are you this morning? We have early snow. Today, according to our weekly service, and we used to share something briefly that related to our daily practice. And today I would like to share with you a short story. Hope that you can take this story deeply so you can apply and practice in your daily life in order to make yourself more happy and also make people around you happy. We are celebrating Thanksgiving this weekend. Thanksgiving is a special celebration, not only for us just to get together and have a party, a dinner party, but it is a day that for us to remind ourselves that we should express our gratitude every daily life, not only once a year. Usually we have a lot of celebrations during the year just because we want to inform, we want to remind that because sometimes we have a busy life, we forgot what we're supposed to do in daily life. So that's why, in a very positive idea that they wish to create some celebrations along the years to remind us. So like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving days. So the day that we should think about the mother, love the mother and gratitude her. About the father, so we not only once a year we show our love to our mother or father, but that is the day to remind, at least you have a year to stop everything and to think about your parents. And this Thanksgiving Day is also more special because you should express your thanks to many others, not only humans, but also with other elements like vegetable, minerals, animals. There was a story about the key and the lock. One day the key complained the lock. The key said, "You are so lucky. The owner just used you to lock the door and then you stay home and you enjoy. But myself as a key, I have to go along with the owner everywhere. They put me in the pocket. They throw me on the bed or anywhere. Whenever they use, they just grab me up and they use it. After that, they just throw around. And I'm so tired to follow the owner all the time. But you lucky, you as a lock, you just stay home." So the lock also say, "Why don't you think you're lucky? I stay home, very lonely. No friends at all, but you're lucky. You can travel with the owner anywhere you want. You can enjoy lots of other places." So they just complain each other and they say, "You are better than me, you are luckier than me." And no one accepts that they are lucky. No one accepts that they are useful in another part. So one day the key make the decision that the key will hide himself so the owner cannot use him anymore. And also to let the lock know that the lock needs the key. So therefore, when the key hide himself from the place, then the owner cannot find the key. So he cannot access into the house. So what he did, he used a hammer and he tried to break the lock to get in. So he broke the lock, he got in and he held the locker and he said, "You are no longer used because I broke you." So the owner threw the locker into the garbage. So when he got into the house, suddenly he found the key. He's so upset. He said, "You are here and I'm looking for you. If I found you earlier, I don't have to break my lock. Now I broke my lock. And now as a key, you are no longer used. So why I have to keep you in my keychain?" So what did he do to the key? He took out the key and he threw the key into the garbage. So now the key and the lock met in the garbage bin. So while they, together in the garbage bin, they're so sad and they talk to each other. They say, the locker said to the key, "You see what happened? Now the owner broke me, and I'm no longer used. I'm in the garbage, and you are the same. So you forgot that without me, you are no longer used. So now you're in the garbage too." So this is a story that I think that we all should keep in the heart. Sometimes we against each other. We do not feel that we are related. If the key is using to open the lock. But if the lock is broken, then the key is no longer used. The key cannot use for any other locks. So therefore we should keep in mind that each of us, we are maybe the key. We are maybe a lock. So without a lock, the key is no longer used. Without the key, the lock also cannot be used. So therefore the key and the lock, they're always together. Sometimes we forgot about this. We said that I'm by myself. I'm independent. But actually that is only the way to say it. But we are not really totally 100% independent. We need help. So if you reflect deeply, you can realize that we owe so much around us. Not only from parents, from teachers, from relatives, from friends, but many. For example, every time when you turn on the tap to use hot water, have you ever asked, where is the water come from? Have you ever reflect how miracle? We just turn on the tap and we have hot water, we have cold water. So if we see that it's so miracle that they process the water so we can have a clean water to use. Without water we die. Without the sunshine we die. So therefore we owe so much from many people. Not only, parents, teachers, but if we reflect deeply that every single thing we receive is already something we owe from. For instance, somebody bring me a cup of water. This is I receive. This is what I owe from them. So that's why in the Buddhist practice, every time we see each other, what do? We join our palm. We greeting to each other. And sometimes we express our thanks by a bow. Instead of saying thank you, all you need to do is join your palm, beautifully express your gratitude by bowing to each other. Why we bow the Buddha? Because we just want to express our gratitude to the Buddha, the one who showed us the way to practice. We do not respect the Buddha as a saint, as a holy person, as a God. But we pay respect to the Buddha just to show our gratitude. The Buddha is the one who showed us the way to practice. Life needs a lot of practice. If we don't practice, that means we don't change ourselves. Then how can we make our loved one happy? Make someone happy is the way to show your love, to show your gratitude. You change your habit. Sometimes you have a negative habit and you have a lot of complaints from your loved one, but you never change. And if you don't change, you always make people angry. And the more they're angry, the more they look older. And the more they get older, the more they die soon. And once they die, you are no longer with them. So if you this afternoon you go downstairs, you bring, a plate of vegetarian food, you eat. Don't just eat, but no reflection. And if you reflect deeply and you realize a lot of work, a lot of ladies, they come here the night before. They have to cook. And all we need to do is just enjoy. But sometimes we just throw the food into the garbage. And we don't have the habit of gratitude. We are unable to do anything for life. So we receive. And what do? We repay. But when you do for someone, never think that you are doing for, people have to remember you. You just do it because they have done for you lots of things already. Every time when some member came to our temple and said, Thầy, can you please come and have a funeral ceremony for my mom and my dad? And after we have done this, we thank you so much for your help, but actually I don't think I have done something for them. This is a chance for me to repay what I owe from them, because for the whole year they give us a lot of support. Every time when we call for support, the member support. And now they have something in their family, they need our help. We just come to show our love, our care, our gratitude. I don't think that I have done something for them, and they have to remember me. That's why as a monastic, the Buddha advised us, every time when the members, the people who give donation every day, who give you offering every day, you always keep them in mind and try to help you in any way you can. When they hear you are not well, give them a prayer. Send them a support. Come to visit them. When they pass away, come to visit them. Conduct a funeral service for them. When your friend fell, you bring them up, you call them and say hello to them. You make them feel cozy and warm. If you stay in the hospital by yourself and no one come and visit, and you know that how you have lived, you have no friends at all. So if you have lots of friends around you, that means you have lived a good life. So in the Buddhist practice, if you love someone, not only expressed by words, but you should express into action. Love, make your love into action. Have done something. If you love Thầy, and you know that Thầy always, work with the young monks, and we try to conduct retreats for our young friends, then try to make your time to come. If you're able to try to make your time to attend a party, attend a shopping time with your friends, then try to make something like a retreat, like a practice day. The real way to show your love is practice. The real way to show your love is change your negative habits. We all have negative habits. And if you don't change it, how can you make the other person, especially your loved one, happy? And you can think, when you ask someone to do something and they don't do it, what do you feel? So try to put yourself in someone's position in order to understand them, in order to love them, in order to embrace them easily. When you have done something for someone and you have no expectation that they will return, what happened first? Who benefit first? We, ourselves. Because our heart feel very light, we're able to done for someone without any expectation. And if you expect a lot from someone to return, you feel uncomfortable when they are not returned. Have you ever seen the happy Buddha? Big belly, happy Buddha. Why we have that kind of statue in Buddhist practice? Letting go, always happy. Whenever you can help, happy to help. The point is sometimes we really want to help, but we cannot do anything. So therefore, if we can do something for someone, let's do it without any expectation to be returned from that person. So Thanksgiving now is not like, oh, you go shopping, you buy something for someone. Yes, you can do so, but make it more meaningful. I know that your mom will be very happy if you're able to talk to her, speak to her, and hang around with her. Sometimes all you need to do is help her to cook, set out the the dinner, the table for dinner. Is they happy enough? Every time when I see all the monks attend the service, I'm so happy because I know that this is the time we are together. I like to have a time to have a lunch or dinner with the whole community, quietly. We used to eat in silence because that is the time for us to recognize all the beauty of each other. So when we eat, why we don't talk? Because we need time to enjoy and to appreciate the food. Every time when you hold up a cup of tea or a cup of water, don't just drink it, but you should reflect and show your deep gratitude. The time that you drink, you have water to drink, thousands of people have no water to drink, no drinking water. By the time you have food to eat, thousands of people on the world, sometimes they have no food at all. And by reflecting like that, you happily to have whatever food you have, no complaint. So this weekend we celebrate Thanksgiving. I hope that you are not only joining a dinner party together, but try to make this Thanksgiving Day become something very meaningful. Express your love to someone by action, not only words. Sometimes, you say thank you, but no meaning at all. Like sometimes we say, I'm sorry, but are you really see your faults before you say sorry? Or you just say it to make people happy at that moment, or to let it go, but you have no meaning how to change. I remember when I was young, every time I have done something wrong and my mom, my dad will, punish me, and then they say, what do you say now? And I will put my hands like this and say, I'm sorry. And they said, what else? And the next sentence we have to say, I will never do it again. But we still do it again. And that is our human's life. Show your love into action. Show your gratitude into action. The way you behave, the way you live is the way to make your parents, your teachers, your brother, sister happy. As husband and wife, we owe so much from each other too. So make sure we help each other to change and try to change ourselves in order to make others happy. Thank you for your time and your listening.